Welcome back to What You Will Learn. My name is Adam Ashton.
And my name is Adam Jones. Today we are getting stuck into a book called The Prosperous Coach, Increase Income Impact for You and Your Clients by Steve Chandler and Rich Livid.
That's Rich.
Is that
That's
surely...
That's a fake
It's a fake name.
Rich Livid.
His mum he didn't pop out and his mum just looked at him and goes, yep, that's a Rich Livid.
Mate, I actually haven't thought of that, but
He's
yeah,
you're himself,
right.
Isn't he?
Well, I don't know. It sort of worked out in the end, I guess. Is he rich?
Probably. He's a prosperous coach, mate.
He is prosperous. So, this was a recommendation from Ben Wilson, Ben Altman. They said it was their absolute number one book. There was some good stuff in here. Not phenomenal in my eyes, but good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So you can see it. So it's for coaches, people who, I guess, the classic kind of life coach kind of stuff. But then I think we'll try and give takeaways. So anyone in the service business trying to land new clients, I guess it solves that for people. Yeah,
and that's what it was. Actually nothing about coaching, really, was it? It was just about selling and sales. And I'd say anyone who's selling any of that kind of personal services stuff, even if you don't call yourself a coach.
Yeah, it's all about getting those new clients. So the start of the book, and they have this on the cover and consistently throughout the book, it's a little symbol of a hummingbird. So the hummingbird's what is a hummingbird, mate?
Just a little bird.
So it's a little bird, but it's very versatile. So it symbolises the message of the book because it can rotate in a complete circle, fly forwards, backwards, sideways, upside down, and all around. But this completely defies the laws of physics that the hummingbirds should not be able to do this.
Mate, and it says that the laws of physics say it should be impossible for the hummingbird to fly, but clearly nobody told the hummingbird.
Yep. All right, so
I like it. Mate, I like that stuff like that.
Yeah, it's good. So the start of the book, I like chapter 2. It says, "Without a client, you are not a coach." So there's a lot of coaches. There's so many coaches out there
with no clients.
I've met I reckon I've met hundreds of coaches. Yeah, but very rarely I meet someone who's got a coach.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's like their own little world. Coaches who coaches who coaches who do seminars on coaching. But it never links back to the real world. So unless you're coaching someone or a real person, then you're not a coach. So,
that's true. Yeah. That's true. And that's sort of what this book is all about. There's a lot of people who say they're coaches and think they're coaches, but this book is about actually getting a client so you can actually be a coach.
And change people's lives.
Yeah.
I've got no doubt coaching can be very powerful for people. Definitely.
Yeah, agreed. And that's what a lot of coaches say, Roger Federer's got a coach even though he's the best tennis player in the world. And when Tiger Woods was the best, he had 2 coaches. And so there's no doubt that as good as you are, you still can benefit from coaching.
Yeah. Always just working on yourself. So, the start of the book, not a hell of a lot for me, but just small things like, if you're a coach, say to your clients what no one else would dare to say. Be fearless in your coaching and how to create clients and show your clients what they cannot see. And I guess that's where the value of coaching is. If you've got a really good coach who is probably at a higher level than you, they can see opportunities around you that you might not be.
Yeah, for sure. I like the bit where they talked about drop the phony stuff, in that people pleasing and schmoozing and buying lunches for people and all this stuff is like just trying to warm people up. And they said that sort of manipulation side of sales is not good. You don't want to be doing that people pleasing to just try and become so friendly with someone. But he's saying that you want to skip the friend stage and just get to the coach stage.
Yeah. So he specifically says, instead of catching up with them for a coffee for 30 minutes and having a chat to land them as a client, you want to set aside 2 hours and then throw them in the slammer. Get a small room in a tin warehouse by the waterfront with a single light bulb hanging from a frayed wire, a small table and 2 metal chairs.
Is that metaphorical or is that actual? I don't know.
Yeah, he says, so get them into a place an opening where you can change their lives.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
what he's saying. So if people go into that room, they're like, they've never had a situation like that in their life. They're ready to be transformed.
Yeah, exactly. And they're saying that rather than telling people about coaching in your 30-minute coffee, actually give them a 2-hour full-on experience and show them what it can be like. And that's the best way to actually sell it.
Yeah, and that's very transferable to any services business as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, chapter 5, set your bar high and clear it.
Mate, the issue, I guess, with coaching is that it's such a low bar for entry, which is what we said. Anyone who says I'm a coach then can tarnish the whole world of coaching. But there's a high bar for success.
Tony Robbins is a coach, and then you've got your chubby, unemployed
life coach,
6-year-old life coach. There's a different. What I'm trying to say is there's a difference between Tony Robbins and the 6-year-old chubby, unemployed life coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what they say. The issue is there's a low barrier to entry, but a high barrier to success, and that if you want to be one of those very few that put in the time, the dedication, the education, then you can clear the high bar.
Yeah. So another point it makes in chapter 8 is love the hard part. So I guess at the start of the book, we didn't say how the book works, but it's another one of those books with a lot of small chapters, and we're just going to extract what we thought were the 20 best and most relevant for what we're trying to create for the podcast. So love the hard part. So you want to overlap coaching with the business of coaching.
And that's what people say. People might say, "Oh, I could be such a good coach, but I hate having to sell and make sales and get clients." And that's what they say. That's what the hard part is. But people think that the hard part is getting clients or attracting clients. But they say the more you can overlap the actual act of coaching with the actual business of coaching and creating clients, the more fun and success you'll have as a coach.
So that's a good segue into part 3, which is creating clients.
Yeah.
And it's very different to, say, the traditional way of finding clients.
Yeah.
It's the kind of the hustle
or attracting clients.
Yeah, or attracting clients, he says. Yeah. This is all about creating them.
Yeah. And it sort of ties into what we said about the 2-hour deep experience, but there's a bit more that we'll go into.
So chapter 11 is the best way to predict the future is to create it. So getting clients is old-fashioned. It's a hunter-gatherer approach. It puts success in the hands of other people, and it puts you into an aggressive mindset that isn't conducive to having people say yes. And clients are created through a conversation. So high-paying clients are only created in impactful, life-changing coaching conversations. So don't go out hunting, and we'll go more into this later, but just focus on the person in front of who you're speaking to and try and create a really powerful experience, and then they'll just pop up into or turn into a client naturally.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking jet.
Yeah, well, you've shown them what the potential is. Mate, so they go through 18 things and they say, okay, here we go, a bold promise, this will get you clients.
Yeah.
And they say there's 18 things.
So we'll go through a few,
Yeah.
Just quickly for me. So number 1, sell the experience and not the concept.
Yep. I like number 3 was know the half-life of enthusiasm, in that act quickly, and that people might be excited and enthusiastic at first, but it can fade quickly.
Yep.
It's sort of like other books have said where inspiration is perishable. If you've got the enthusiasm and inspiration, go for it quickly.
Another one I liked was no cold calling. So calling someone up you don't know doesn't really work with coaching, and maybe it's not the most effective way with a lot of services kind of businesses. So you already know enough people who know people who know people. You really do. So you probably already got clients in your existing network, but it might be you're a little bit too scared to call them up and sell to them. You'd rather cold call. So it's probably it's probably, I guess, the easier approach is cold calling than calling someone in your existing network sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah,
selling to them.
Man, I'd say definitely. Cold calling is definitely tough at first, but I think you're right, and it is even tougher to go to someone who already knows and trusts you and then risk that you're going to give them something valuable.
Yeah. I guess it's hiding in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Another good one for me, mate, was honour conversations. So don't worry about social media, just honour the person in front of you. Don't like every day spend hours and hours blogging, and just look at the person in front of you, be present, and as we said, try and make a transformative conversation with them.
Mate, I liked the one they say, maintain innocence in getting your yes/no. Yes lives in the land of no. If people say they have to go and think about it, then the conversation wasn't complete. You need to get to the point where it's either a clear yes or a clear no. Because going away and thinking about it is a crappy way to say no. Make sure it's a firm no or a yes.
Yep. And next, find the goal behind the client's goal. So ask them questions like, what does your future life look like? What if you don't have any coaching and nothing changes? And what are the consequences? How painful is it if nothing changes and if this present state doesn't improve for you?
Nice. And there's a few of the other ones I like are actually ones we'll probably dive into a bit deeper in future chapters.
Yep.
Was there any other key ones for you that we...
One more, and that is slow down, which is another point from that. So yeah, he does go into a more elaborately in the later chapter, mate. So I don't know if I've zoomed in front of you.
No.
But look at who your next conversation is, and everything you want is actually right in front of you now. You just don't see it because everyone is moving around and racing around so fast and hustling and being busy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I was just telling you off air how like during the week I was speaking to someone and they're like, "Well, how you going?" He's like, "Oh, busy."
I'm so busy.
I'm so fucking busy. It's like, yeah, just so proud of their self-importance of being busy.
Being busy, yeah. No, well, there's 18 things. They said this will get you clients. So maybe if it's something you're interested in, definitely dive into the full 18, and the next chapter dives deep into each one.
Yeah.
But I want to also say the things to stop doing. They said, stop hiding behind long emails to people. Stop wasting time on building a website. Stop wasting time on business cards, creating a huge list, 30-minute taster sessions, going to networking event, trying to spread the word. Ultimately, stop doing those things and just focus on the things that are actually leading to getting clients.
And yeah, for him, it's always the powerful conversations, solid conversations, and just things like that.
Man, I think you're right. That another way of hiding is the websites and business cards and that busy work. It feels productive and it feels like you're making things happen.
Yeah,
but it never really leads to any specific.
I think that's an incredible point you make. Chapter 16, try this step-by-step process.
Yep.
Mate, you love your step-by-step.
Yeah, I always like a good step-by-step. Connect, invite, create, propose.
So for connect, ask yourself, who would I love to speak to? And then call them.
Yeah.
So sometimes, and then when you call them, sometimes you notice that this person has a challenge. And only when they've got a challenge, then you offer, hey, would you like some help with that?
Yeah, and that's the invite stage. Would you like some help with that?
Yeah.
It's asking the question, not saying, "Oh, I can help you with that. Here's what I do." It's definitely the invite first.
Yeah,
ask them would they like.
It's all about permission. Once you've got the permission, you jump in there and then offer the help, and that's step 3, which is create.
And make some magic, mate.
Yeah. And clients don't care about what you're offering them or what they charge, and they're too busy thinking about their problems or their dreams, and their only thing that's going on through their mind is, "Can you help me?"
Yeah, exactly, and that's what. Yeah, they don't care about too much else other than the fact that they've got a specific problem, and hopefully you can help them with that problem.
And then with step 4 is you're proposing.
Yep.
Not to marry them, but to help them.
An ongoing coaching relationship.
That's right. So it's a hell yeah or no for both parties. Don't be afraid of the money part. And as we were saying, make sure it's a clear yes or a no, because the land of maybe is shit, basically.
Mate, they said there's no hell maybe. There's either hell yeah or there's hell no. Or if you're in the middle, it's just hell. So maybe, or I'll get back to you, or let me go think about it. That's not a good sign.
That's right.
Make it one or the other.
Don't close a sale, open a relationship. It's another little section.
Yeah, again, so you don't want to be thinking about just constantly closing this sale and seeing this person as an object of a sale that you need to close, but rather a person that you want to build a relationship, open that relationship, a working relationship where you can help each other and build.
Yeah. The next one I really liked, man. Is for the book there wasn't heaps of solid, actionable takeaways, but I think this is one.
This is massive.
And then it's when you're having a phone call, whether it's on sales or even a meeting or anything, like don't end it with affordability at the end of the conversation and you saying what the price is. Have the conversation end on the idea of possibility rather than affordability. Yeah.
So don't let the last words be where you're exchanging details about money, but open it up to the opportunities of what could happen if you work together. This is the possibility.
And that's for every services type, it's the whole business, whatever you're selling, it's the possibility kind of shit. Yeah.
Mate, I liked how they said it's okay to begin as a beginner because, don't try and be the big dog straight away. First learn how to do it, then get regular clients, then get paying clients. Once you've got paying clients, move to the stage where you can cover your expenses with full-time coaching, and then you move up to referral only.
Yeah, bang on. And that's when you're in the land of sickness.
Yeah. That's it, mate.
I was going to say the land of pussy. It's not really that context at all. Part 4 is... Oh, mate, that burger we had earlier,
It's thrown you, mate.
It's thrown me.
It's thrown you.
Thrown me. Part 4 is fearless coaching.
Mate, I like this magical versus magic, mainly because I had a quote from Teller of Penn and Teller, the magic duo. Teller said that magic is just someone spending more time on something than anyone else might reasonably expect. And that's how you can create a magical coaching experience, is by spending more time on them and their problems than anybody else ever would.
Yep. So there's 18 components. Again, we'll just go to our favourites. So for me, one of them was search for glimpses of genius in the person in front of you. So the person in front of you, look for reasons to believe in them and see that the opportunities that are in front of them are huge and endless and infinite.
One I liked was be okay with silence. Use the power of the pause, and the pause can be such a powerful coaching tool that if you don't have anything to say or you don't have anything to ask, then don't say anything and let them keep talking.
Yeah. Another one was keep some attention on the inside. So don't be afraid to feel your intuition, because if you're really having a deep conversation and you're really connecting with them, you'll be able to feel their pain, their excitement, their joy, whatever they're feeling. So just tap into your intuition and the insides.
Matt, an important one I thought was be you. There's no other coaches like you. Be you. People are buying from you. So be authentic. Be yourself.
Yeah. And lead powerfully. So coaching requires passion and authority. So never forget who the coach is and who is the client.
Yeah. And especially early on in a coaching relationship, not that I've been too heavily involved, but I'd say there'd be, especially a new client might not quite know what's
they're getting into.
Yeah. So if you can lead, this is how it works, this is how the conversation goes.
Yeah.
Rather than that awkward,
Yeah. And seek permission. So ask questions like, would it be okay if I ask a question about that, and then lead in and just transform that shit. And 15, invest in yourself.
Nice.
Which is good.
Mate, one of the other chapters I liked in this section was learn to love those feisty no's, which we sort of touched on. Yes lives in the land of no. If you can get to a no, that's good, because the more no's build up, the closer you're getting to yes. And by people telling you no, it means you're doing something, you're taking action, you're putting yourself out there. If you're getting no-nos, then it means you're probably not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're probably building your website.
Yeah. Business cards.
Yeah.
He says that he's got a good analogy here. So if someone flipped a coin a lot of times, could you tell them could you find out how many heads they got? And you'd say no, because you don't have enough information. But if they say, all right, you flipped the coin 1,000 times, you can probably guess that it was 500. So it's again with creating clients. If you get enough no's, then you can probably get a good idea of how many yeses you're getting as well. It's good. They're correlated.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Man, I like that where they said sometimes the best email to send is no email. Whereas if someone sends you a long email with a lot of questions, yes, you can go about crafting an awesome email with answers to every single question. But he reckons the best response might be just call me, full stop, and then you can actually have that powerful conversation rather than just on the screen.
That's right. Chapter 42 is don't charge for what you do.
Yeah, and it's not an exchange of I'm going to give you this many hours of my time and this is how much each hour costs, because you're not charging for hours of your time. You're charging for the potential that you can create for them. Yeah,
as soon as you start talking per hour, it demeans whatever the service is you're selling. So it's all about the value you're providing. Never look at it as in the amount of time you're trading to help them.
Yeah, and I know, especially like a story I heard at an event was like a lawyer where they charge in 6-minute blocks, a lawyer or an accountant. And the guy, so they walk in and the guy's like, oh, how you going? How have you been? And the customer's just thinking, I'm paying you by every 6 minutes. I don't want to stuff around with this. Let's just get straight to the point. Yeah. So if you're charging by the hour, it makes time like that. There's an imbalance there between you as the coach wants to make it as long as possible and the client wants to make it as short as possible.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be charging for time. Oh, sorry.
What have you done?
Sorry, I just got a hamstring cramp. Play footy
today, mate. Big cold out there.
Cramp. Oh, jeez.
Kicking that red ball around, chasing blokes in short shorts and trying to hug them.
Mate, that was a tight
it looks painful. So,
mate, next.
That's all right. Chapter 44. Don't be a wallflower. Tell your story. So he says, I don't, those people who say, I don't usually talk about my accomplishments. He goes, bingo, check your bank account. right there.
Mate, there's not going to be much in there, probably.
Yeah, so if you're too afraid to talk about yourself, I guess for them it might look like it's humility, but it might be quite the opposite, because they're too scared to talk about their own accomplishments. They're really stopping themselves to have the ability to help whoever they're trying to provide the service for.
Yeah, exactly. And people, if like there's a prospective client, someone who wants to work with you, they want to know that you're proud of your achievements and what you've done.
Yeah.
And they want to know that you've achieved all this and that they could too by working with you. They don't want you to just be this, he says, fear-based fake humility.
Yeah. So stop this fear-based fake humility and stop trying to win friends and influence people. So you hated that one, didn't you?
I didn't want to put that in because that's my second favourite. I haven't read it for a long time. It might not be that good, but at the moment it's number 2 on my book list, so I didn't want to include that chapter.
Yeah.
Specifically for that one.
Yeah, sorry. I had to throw it in there. It's like a dagger.
Mate, there was one quote I liked. The best time to plant a tree was probably 20 years ago, but if that's too late, the second best time is today.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Look, all back into that decision tree kind of thing. Your decisions have huge power in the space of 20 years. Part 5, deep inner work. Good shit, eh?
Good shit, mate. Basically, he says the value of daily practice is that practice, and it might not be so good, but it makes it look like magic when you actually get to the point where you're actually speaking to someone.
His equation he's got here for the universe is energy out equals energy back. So if you're always looking to serve people and helping people and all your attention is on helping people, then you're going to get the equal energy back in. Yeah. So if you got a client or anything, just email them an article, call to check in with them, just always keep looking to add value in some ways.
Mate, I like the next bit. He said, "Who are you being?" And he says that who you're being speaks far louder than how you describe yourself. And that's pretty obvious. Actions speak louder than words. Who you are is more powerful than what you say. But they had a funny picture here. It was a shop called Signs, and they were it's a sign shop that makes signs, and their shop had a broken sign.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So he's saying, make sure you're being authentic, you're being you, and make sure you're doing what you say.
Yeah. Another one. We briefly mentioned like slow down and speed up success. He says. But he's got a little martial arts story here. So a martial arts student went to his teacher and said earnestly, "I'm devoted to studying your system. How long will it take me to master it?" And the teacher replied, it was casual, 10 years. And then the student was impatient. He said, "But I want to master it faster than that. I'll work very hard, practice every day, 10 or more hours a day if I have to. How long will it take then?" And then the teacher goes, 20 years.
Mate, so what does that mean?
It means if you just work hard, being busy, you're probably going to not go anywhere. And I think it ties into a bit about climbing. You spend all this energy climbing up a ladder, and then you get to the end, and the whole time this ladder you've been climbing, it's been lying against the wrong wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Being busy isn't productive. It's taking a step back and finding out what is the most effective way you could be using your time. Yeah,
and he said that space is where the miracles occur. So rather than trying to work 10 hours a day and filling up your whole day working, if you spent those 2 or 3 hours a day and had the rest of the time as just space where you can grow, it's sort of like if you go to the gym and just keep lifting weights, the only time your muscles grow is actually in that rest period when they have that time to recover and grow.
Yeah.
So, man, I also like the story in this where he talked about Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
Saying that Thomas Edison, probably one of the greatest inventors ever, but the worst fisherman ever, because he said that he'd always go and he'd spend an hour every day and he'd never catch a single fish.
Yeah.
But then they said that he was such a poor fisherman, he never caught a fish because he never actually used bait. He liked the time of going there, sitting there in quiet silence by himself. He said he didn't want people to disturb him, and he didn't want fish to disturb him either. Yeah. So he wanted to just sit there.
Just chill with his fishing rod.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he did pretty well, didn't he?
He did.
Chapter 62, fail. So again, on fail, and fail some more. So the big MJ, Michael Jordan said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. But 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot, and I've missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed."
Yeah, nice.
So how good's that? Do you like the little graph it's got there?
Mate, I've got a big circle around it, lots of stars around it. It's awesome.
Mate, hit me with it.
Basically, he's got the level of success, and across the middle is the failure zone, as a band, I guess, across the middle. And if you fear failure, you never put in enough effort to break through the failure zone. So your level of success is below the failure zone. If you go half-assed, that's when you get inside the failure zone. But if you embrace failure, that's when you can push through to that high level of success on the other side of the failure zone.
Then it's game time, isn't it?
That's it.
Chapter 67, you are the one you are looking for. So there is no one like you in the whole world. In the planet of 6.5 billion people, you are a very, very, very scarce commodity. Which is true.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. There's 6.5 billion people in the world. You think there's probably no one close to being like... Or maybe there is, and I haven't met him. Maybe there is. I don't know if there's any other Adam Joneses out there. It'd be fucking weird doing a podcast and he's an engineer. And
Mate, as Dolly Parton said, figure out who you are and then do it on purpose.
Yeah.
I like that. Mate, I wish I could give you a test here, but I know you've read the book, so it probably won't work too well. But there's an old riddle that says, there are 5 frogs sitting on a log. 4 decide to jump off. How many are left?
Ooh, I know the answer.
Mate, some people might say 1, but no, the answer's still 5.
So yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, just because they decided to jump off.
Deciding doesn't mean anything, does
No.
it? It's all about the follow through and taking the action.
Yeah.
If you said the 5 frogs jumped off, then it'd be a different story.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, you can decide, but then make sure you take the action.
So it's a good way to end the book, I think, right there. So
definitely.
Some things are actionable. It's all about getting clients. We haven't read a book like that yet. So some things to take away.
Yeah,
there are a lot of people who we both respect who think this book is fantastic.
Yeah.
And they have it as their number one. Derek Sivers did, didn't he?
Derek Sivers got it very high up as well.
Goodreads has it at 4.4.
Which is massive.
It's absolutely ridiculous. So I think people out there like the book more than we did. So maybe I don't know if we missed something, but we definitely learned a lot. But yeah, people absolutely love the book.
Yep. Nice. Have you got a song?
Yeah. Fucking oath.
So there are coaches for football, for basketball, for baseball, but Peter Winslow Davis is a coach for life. That's his job, a life coach based in Scottsdale. But police say the life coach made the wrong call when he walked around his apartment complex pool naked in front of kids.
I'm going to change your life, Johnny.
Get a coach. Get a life coach to change your life.
I'm 60 years old, I'm 125 kilos, and I'm unemployed, and I'm going to change your life because I'm really good at life. You need me to coach you, so you're just going to pay me some money and I can change your life. I'm really fat.
Drop the phony stuff, set your bar high, clear it. Love the hard part, create those clients, make a bold promise, have the discipline, and just have fun.
It's time for fearless coaching. You gotta think what's magical and what is magic. There's 18 components of fearless coaching. Yeah.
Connect, invite, create, propose. Start as a student, begin as a beginner, then become a novice, competent, proficient, virtuoso, master.
There's a lot of shit you can do. There's some things you can stop doing too. You gotta stop busy being fucking busy. You gotta go and create. That's right, create.
Plant your tree yesterday. If that's too late, and plant your plea today.
There's leaves on the tree and they will grow taller as your decisions make your life go. Oh, I'm a coach.
5 frogs on a log, and 4 of them decide to jump off. There's still 5 frogs on that log because deciding is nothing without action.
Deciding, that means shit. That doesn't mean a fucking thing. You need to decide to act.
Decide to get a coach. Decide to be a coach. Decide to take action.
Decide and take the action. Take the action. Take the action. Act.